Hello, everybody, and welcome to another OgreCast. I am Ogre, and I will be your host for this game of StarCraft 2 between Eladimir and Chodes. Um, funny story. I actually just cast this video in entirety. It is a 37-minute and 34-second long video, um, and it was just magnificent. Absolutely one of the best games that I ever cast. And then I finished casting it, kind of wiped my hands with a satisfied grin on my face. Um, Alt tabbed my StarCraft and went to go post it, and then I realized my Fraps wasn't on because I just had to do a reboot of my computer and to fix my mouse. and so it did not capture any of my commentary for the entirety of this 37-minute long game. So absolutely, that was one of the biggest face palms I have ever had. So, anyways, I'm going to continue trying to cast this. Oh, there's Killer B. I just actually cast a game of his. And so hopefully he'll shut up now that I say I'm casting a game. Um, yeah, so so it looks like there's going to actually be a push out here. There's 5 SCVs and 3 Marines, and so Eladimir has really good Overlord placement right here in order to be able to see this. He didn't have that watchtower. Obviously, his drone got taken out, and and let's just pause that. Okay, everybody, sorry about that. I was just checking out my YouTube's videos, so um, just to make sure they were working. I think they're okay, but anyways. So yeah, this is a little tiny marine push coming in. Eladimir is getting down some spine crawlers. One just pops out right at a great moment here to fend off a couple of these marines. Unfortunately, they walk around the back. Drone's doing a good job to get out of the way. 2 spine crawlers now, 3 spine crawlers. They can just pick off those marines. This queen is just about to go down. Needs to get out of the way of those SCVs and pulls the SCVs close enough to the spine crawlers. They all get taken out. These Zerglings are going to be able to hunt down those Marines real easy. The spine crawler placement is great. Picked off all the reinforcements. Those Marines coming in one at a time, they were just cannon fodder for these spine crawlers. 4 spine crawler right here in the drone line that will eventually, I'm sure, be moved. But just great positioning here. Like, that's going to get definitely some hits off before anybody gets to the drone line again. Chodes is trying to save a couple of Marines here, just sending them back. Zerglings without speed cannot catch up to the Marines. A really good spot here if they can just hold that watchtower, but we'll just take a look and see if he's content with that. Sometimes you want to get a good scout kind of in this area here, so just so you have more time if there's ever a push out. Getting good overlord coverage of the map. Drone here just waiting there to get his expansion up and running. I believe, yeah, there it was. It went down right at that moment. Still pumping Marines here for Chodes. I'm not sure if he expects some kind of a counterattack. Yeah, here come the Zerglings. Definitely enough Marines here, especially with that wall off, to shoo those Zerglings away. Only lost 1, but he got to see up the ramp. And what he would have seen is 2 barracks with no add-ons, no tech lab, no reactor. So usually that means that there is gas being saved up for something. There's a bunker going down now. I'm really not a big fan of putting the bunker down, just because I'd rather have... Okay, he cancels the bunker now. But just because I'd rather have units kind of up there, and sometimes, like, if you're getting Thors or siege tanks and stuff, that just kind of clutters this place up. I know you can salvage them, but I just generally don't even bother with the bunker. This is good placement for a bunker. This is what I like. It's definitely going to provide some defense for the expansion here. There's going to be no real good pushes in there from Eladimir. I hope Eladimir is droning up. Now, I'm not sure if he can actually see that... What are they shooting there? Oh, there was a sacrificial overlord that just went in there. I will go back, just in case you don't believe me. What just happened here? Yeah, here comes the sacrificial overlord. The factory is coming over here and landing. So he does see a factory, and Eladimir does see... He does see this armory, actually. So, so hopefully Eladimir is actually going to know that there are some Thors on the way. There's a tech lab coming on this factory here. Still not a whole lot of SCVs. Yeah, it's 29 drones to 21 SCVs. I just noticed that this isn't very saturated here, especially for the expansion coming out. You really don't need your expansion to come out at this timing if you aren't fully saturated. If you don't have the SCVs to transfer, you could have held that off just a little bit longer. Use those minerals to get out, I mean, some more tech or something like that. But I guess it's just the timing that Chodes wanted. That's fine. Now let's take a look at what Eladimir's doing. Eladimir has his mutas out now. I did click that spire before. I don't know if you guys would have noticed that. But I was talking about the sacrificial overlord at the time. So he does have 3 mutalisks coming, flying around. You know, for me, it would have deterred me to get mutalisks, having seen all, because he went full out Marines at the start, first of all. However, without the tech lab on the barracks at the time, maybe Eladimir knows that Chodes can't have Stimpack yet. So a little bit of SCV harass, it can go a long way. Now he is going to see this Thor just come out, and you know, I guess he tried to get some deflection shots. You know how, I mean, mutas can hit a couple units if you target a building. It can actually do some damage on the ricochets against SCVs, so I think he was trying to get in a couple shots there. However, he didn't manage to do a whole lot of damage. He picked off 1 SCV. These mutas are really going to have to do something to pay themselves off, because that's a large expenditure of gas. What do we have here? 9 mutas, so that's 900 gas, plus the spires, 1100 gas. So that's just something that you got to keep in mind. How much economic damage do I have to do? How much damage as far as strategically do I have to do? If I can keep him pinned in the back here, which, oh, look, those, I mean, one shot just brought all those mutas into the yellow. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mutas in the yellow and red. But yeah, if he can continue to put the pressure on back here, that gives him time to get up this extra expansion. As, I mean, he knows that the Thors are pinned in the back here. Look, they are all guarding the mineral line. They aren't even thinking about pushing out. Now, do you think he would be able to hold this or hold this against if there was 3 Thors and 22 Marines moving at him? I don't think it would be anywhere close. So that is the beauty of these mutalisks. So now your 1100 gas is starting to look a little bit better. Because they're so mobile, you can scout around the map. You can make sure he's not expanding here. Like, you know, having your mutas sit here, not a great idea. And just as I say that, he moves them out. It's beautiful. You always want to be doing something with your mutas and not having them sit still. Yeah, he can pick off 1 supply depot. Oh, 1 more hit. Yeah, pick off that supply depot. You're on the edge. Pick off this reactor. Beautiful, beautiful move. Let's see, as far as production is going, he's got nothing going on. You got a macro while you're attacking too. But really good play there. Taking out a reactor, you wouldn't think it's a big deal. It's just 50 minerals, 50 gas. Well, 50 gas is pretty good, but also the time that it takes. Reactors take a long time, and he's not building Marines out of that now. So, yeah, just delayed, say, 3 or 4 Marines. that could have been pumped out if that reactor just stayed on there. You know, you queue up 2 Marines, then you queue up 2 more. That's 4 Marines coming out of there, and the time it takes to build up a reactor. Uh, so now, still got a Thor coming out. We've got Terran vehicle plating +1 and 4 infestors in the production tab. I love infestor play against Thors. It's just awesome. Neural Parasite against Thors is not only is it effective, but it's so much fun. And he even did a little bit of damage to that Meg statue, which, you know, I'm all over that. Emperor Megs can go bone himself for all I care. Now, yeah, no, I'm serious about that. That guy really makes me angry. He thinks he runs the world. Okay, so, like, we have a lot of Thors. Look at the army size. It's 110 to 109, however, 3,400 minerals, 1,400 gas, 2,500, 1975. That's very common to see. A mech army will generally be worth a lot more than a Zerg army, as far as resources are concerned. And it is kind of reflected in the, you know, 100. If you're at a 200 army for Terran is stronger than a 200 army for Zerg. But the Zerg can macro up so much faster if you just keep on top of your Larga production. Did I call it Larva or Larga? Anyway, I'm hoping I called it Larva. So, pushing out here, and Eladimir has got a whole bunch of Banelings. Banelings against this army comp, you know, yeah, they'd be great in the back against those Marines, but the amount of gas. Oh, can they get those SCVs? No, and now they're going into that Thor. Look at that. That was like 12 Banelings. Just took out half of a Thor's health, which can all be repaired, keep in mind. Good Neural Parasite on this Thor. He is going to do some significant damage. I just love the Neural Parasite. Eladimir looks like he's having a lot of trouble holding this off, though. Only a few more roaches. He's got some reinforcements there. 4 Thors. Let's see how damaged they are. A couple in the yellow, 1 in the red, and a cheeky little Baneling just shoves himself up Chodes' Thor's ass right there. I just think that's hilarious. You know, Eladimir is a fun guy to watch just because he does funny things like that. But yeah, just look at the army sizes there, 2,300 to 1,400. This Thor, all it's doing is standing there, protecting this base. Now, there was 5 Thors left. If those 5 Thors had pushed in, there was, like, none of these roaches were macroed up yet. They could have taken out this hatchery, no problem. But, I mean, maybe he didn't want to engage 2 spine crawlers, if that's what he was thinking. But, I mean, the major failing right there, and what probably lost Chodes that battle, and like, well, he could have won the game right there, is he didn't have 5 or 6 SCVs following the Thors and repairing. Now, that's just it's Thor attacks 101. You grab SCVs for your mech army, and Chodes just he really needed to send some SCVs in there. Looks like we got some sneaky infestors coming into his base here. Let's see what they're gonna do. Oh, I would have loved to see a Neural Parasite on one of these Thors. It would have been pretty hilarious. But yeah, the infested Terrans, really good play to put infested Terrans right there in the SCV line. I love the infestor play myself. They're so much fun. But take a look at this. Okay, well now Eladimir has macroed up to the same army size as Chodes. He's got it mostly in roaches. And roaches are just so cost effective that you can pump them out so fast. He's doing a bit of a drone transfer over to the high yield minerals here, and looks like, okay, Chodes is getting up an orbital command and as well as a command center over here on this 8 o'clock main base. So we'll just see. But I mean, the thing is, he's got 46 SCVs. Oh yeah, to Eladimir's 47. So it is a good amount of SCVs. He's a little bit oversaturated here. This is a good amount of SCVs to just polish off those mineral patches right there.